of course, clue to let everybody know that if you Google the earliest painting representation of Christ, if you Google that, you're going to see a painting of a very dark-skinned Christ, and it will come up in Google as the very first painting of known painting of Christ. But we know also that there are plenty of other images, early images of Christ that are on hidden. They are hidden in the Vatican. They are hidden in other churches and
Yes.
temples. They are not available for the public to see. So we know that this is the case, and the public should be aware of this, that a lot of the
Absolutely.
earliest depictions of Christ are not allowed for the people, the populace, you and me, to see. We're only allowed to see the much later representations of Christ.
But in
And
Italy,
those,
it's different. So I unfortunately I have one in my wall on the other side of my apartment. The very famous one is called Il Volto Santo. If some of my friends are listening from Lucca, from Tuscany, this is not south. The most important tradition they have in Lucca, where there also Black Madonna, is a huge, beautiful black Christ that processes once a year in September. The devotion is so strong, is black, no one questions why, and it's a huge devotion. So again, in Italy, Kevin, it is a bit different. People are devoted to the Black Christ as well as the Black Madonna.
right.
It's
I
not
totally,
really hidden, isn't
I
it,
totally,
Carlo?
I totally understand. It's hidden
Yeah.
for the rest of the planet. But
Well, I think it's America especially.
yes, but yeah, but anyway, I'm going to mention that just because I was bringing this a little late, but this is the perfect time to say. Facebook actually censored the promotions for Alessandra Belloni. I want you all to know that, the public out there, that Facebook censored her promotions because exactly what you heard her just talking about right now, which was just factual information. She's relating her story, her life story. When she wrote some of this information in her promotion, Facebook said this is political. This is political. And they censored her promotion. They wouldn't allow us to promote her concert on Facebook. So I want
Crazy.
you to know that we are dealing with a global situation here, because this is a crisis. Because the very same reason that a large tech company like Facebook would look at Alessandra's message and say political, you can't say that, boom, censor. The very same reason is the reason why cops are killing African Americans at an alarming rate. It's the very same reason. It's the same mathematics there. As I said in a recent poem, it's simple math. It's simple math. And if we can get to the heart of this, and that means the heart, and change the heart, because the heart has to be open, and the heart has to understand, and the heart has to be able to listen very openly to this message that Alessandra's giving, because she's talking about the history of humankind. She's not talking about races. Race is not involved with this issue. This is humanity. This is all of us. This is the whole planet. So we're not even talking about black, white, green, yellow, anything like that, because any race that you're talking about is particularly the direct result of UV lights from the sun, because everybody's the same. Everybody's got the same stuff. But if you're having a different UV light relationship, depending on what part of the geography of the earth you're on, you're going to wind up having a slightly different skin color. So they're going to label you a race. But that's about as crazy and as labeling you pink elephant. So I'm telling you right now
True.
that we're caught up in madness, and we have to be able to shake that madness off. And so to be able to shake this madness off, we have to be able to embrace and listen to the message that Alessandra's giving, because it helps us to shake free of that madness. But with that said, Alessandra, I want to give it back to you and say
Yeah,
if you
and I
want to.
think it's really important to go into the sacred aspect of this tradition. If people understood, we all come from the same place. We all come from the womb of the earth. We come from Africa. The Black Madonna represents the unconditional love of the Universal Mother. And she also protects the outcast, the poor, the people who suffer. If people really understood that deep meaning, we would be in a much better situation. My book came out last year, Healing Journeys with the Black Madonna. I think where I speak about all these issues and all my research, my personal healing experience. And right now, I think it's more important that even last year, but so people listen. And my main thing really is always to say, why is it in America people are not aware that there are black sacred images. That, oh, it's really something that I still find very strange. When I travel to Italy and people come with me uh, that are African American or black from other places, and they see these sacred big black statues and worshipped by people of all colors, white or Mediterranean, people start weeping because they're not taught that the original sacred images were black. And this is something I hope I can help change.